Thank you, everybody, for joining us back here at Marina Bay Capital's channel. We're sitting here once again with Executive Director, Mr. Nick Standish. And Nick, previously, we got your origin story, so to speak, and a little bit about the company. But today, we want more of a company overview as a whole. So how are you doing, and are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks, Michael. I'm ready to get into it.
Perfect. So yeah, first and foremost, start us from the very top and give us the elevator pitch of the company.
Yeah, you bet. So, elevator pitch would be we're founded by a team of finance professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors. Marina Bay Capital is a corporate finance advisory firm focused on working with lower to middle market firms in the Indo-Pacific and Southeast Asian region. Our corporate structure is we have a Nevada corporation as a parent company with a wholly owned subsidiary in Singapore, and we're attacking the 25 billion Indo-Pacific and Southeast Asian financial consulting market. As a firm, we see a major void in this part of the world, specifically in the lower to middle market. The only real competition that exists over there are with the big firms, the Goldmans, the Houlihan Lokis, and alike. And they only take on these multi-billion-dollar cases. So the result is a completely underserved market in that sub 200 million market cap range. And so we found a real sweet spot there. Where we've got amazing deal flow coming our way because it's such an underserved market, and you know we're making a major bet as a firm that this is going to be the fastest growing part of the world in the next 2 decades.
Agreed. Yeah,
Our
there's
model,
definitely. Sorry.
yeah, our business model is quite simple. You know, we charge an upfront fee and then a percentage in shares upon listing. To date, we've got 5 mandates on hand that have signed up. With an average income from each client of about $400,000 US. And each of these mandates have the potential of reaching a billion-dollar or multi-billion-dollar market cap by the time they get listed. And as a firm, we try to kind of wrap our arms around the client by offering a full suite of corporate finance advisory services. And we work alongside them for a 12 to 24-month period. In some instances, we'll stick around with companies post-listing and help them with their aftermarket and you know all of their needs to help run a proper public company and correlate it with the operating business.
Wonderful, Nick. So I guess tell me some of the key components that lead to you guys picking the clients you do in that area, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, well, we look for really strong management teams, of course. The idea, the product has to be great. So you know, we have our own. We have a committee that we have where we bring each client as if we're making an investment, a long-term investment, and we review it on a number of different factors and then agree as a team on if we're going to move forward with that client. You know, we operate with fixed operating expenses. Each deal brings in profits. We also have a unique and simple fee sharing agreement with our regional reps, which is a very big part of our business model. It's how we have boots on the ground. Deal flow coming in as well as providing ongoing advisory services in person for some of these clients in places like Indonesia, Vietnam, and different parts of the region. You know, we've got a mandate approval committee where we follow a system of approvals, which ensures that we follow certain guidelines and a certain standard of risk management, as well as some other factors. The firm is very tightly held. It's 100% insider owned. And we have an aggressive dividend policy where we're planning to pay a 50% dividend payout starting at the end of financial year 2023.
Wow. Yeah, interesting. So then talk to me then. It sounds like things are going pretty well. Talk to me about the financial health of the company as a whole.
Yeah, so we've generated about $2 million in revenue thus far this year. Gross margin we're forecasting 75 to 80% range. We run, as I mentioned, on very fixed operating expenses. We pay our management team very little, but we also own a lot of the shares. And so that's why we have this dividend policy that we put into place so that management is aligned with the shareholders, who as of today is just us. But right now we're doing an offering where we're offering about 9% of the company through Regulation D, where outside investors are welcome to join up and onto the cap table.
And I guess is there anyone else in this exact wheelhouse, and do you have any edge versus them, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I think our edge is really just the size of the companies that we serve. I mean, what exists out there in the region right now is very small and very fragmented for the range of market cap and client size that we're dealing with. Anybody that's international or any sort of a household name, they're not playing in the same sandbox as us. They're in the multi-billion-dollar market cap and up range. You know, they're doing SPAC deals, they're doing massive financings, things like this.
Wonderful. And I guess kind of capping us off, what would you say that like the potential catalysts are that those interested in becoming invested should be looking out for?
Yeah, well, I mean, major catalysts are one is just the overall timing of investing in this part of the world. I think that investing with us is a way to get exposure to the fastest growing part of the world, and we believe as a firm that this part of the world will continue to grow at this rate for the next 2 decades and maybe longer. We've got a team with over 100 years of corporate finance advisory experience, investment experience, entrepreneurship. We bring that to work with us every day in our decision making and in our advisory that we provide to our clients. A major catalyst with us is going to be when our clients start to IPO and exit, because as I mentioned, our fee structure is we have an upfront advisory fee, but then we also take a percentage in shares on the listing. And we believe that these companies all have a chance to be multi-billion-dollar companies, the next unicorn in the big board, so to speak. And so the catalysts are going to be end of 2023, end of 2024, when these firms start to get liquidity, when they really, really hit those rapid growth stages, and Marina Bay Capital shares in that capital gain. So a lot of catalysts coming up, I think, especially as the world normalizes and the markets kind of come back and PIPE investing and private placements, IPOs, and all those things start coming back. We're really going to see rapid growth.
All right, Nick. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time today. If anyone has any questions, please don't be afraid to send them over. And of course, Nick, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Michael. Take care.